Let me redo this just to make sure I'm speaking as clearly as possible, and I will include the evidence. So, as I mentioned, the first response, you are forgiven when you become a Muslim for everything that just affects you and God. So the sins that you do, like drinking, pork, or saying bad things about God. God forgives everything that he's prohibited, everything he said is a sin that does not affect other human beings, just when you become Muslim. But God does not forgive the things that affect other people. It's a second sin type. Unless those people forgive you, unless you repay the debt, unless you make it right. So if you steal money, if you owe someone a debt, if you hurt someone, you still have to repay the money. You still have to seek forgiveness. You still have to serve your jail sentence. You're not just going to be, God doesn't take away the rights of another person unjustly. So I'll continue with the evidence just so you can, have some evidence for this. So there's a lot of Quranic evidence for this, in terms of God's justice, in terms of making sure that everyone, is made whole on the Day of Judgment. The clearest statement, clearest evidence, the clearest direction supporting this conclusion is an authentic statement of the Prophet ﷺ, in which he said, "Whoever has wronged his brother should ask for his pardon before his death, as in the hereafter there will be neither a dinar nor a dirham," no money basically. So he should seek the forgiveness, the pardon, before some of his good deeds are taken and paid to his brother. Or if he has done no good deeds, some of the bad deeds of his brother are taken and to be loaded to him. So what that means is that if you don't make it right in your lifetime, if you don't pay the money back, if you don't seek forgiveness, if you don't pay a penalty for the wrong actions you've done to other people, regardless of whether it was done before Islam or after Islam, you can be pardoned for things by those people, but regardless, on the Day of Judgment, there'll be an exchange rate. God will take some of your good deeds and put them on the scale for the other person. Or if you have no good deeds, take bad deeds away from that person and put it on your scale, increasing the likelihood that I end up serving time in hellfire and increasing the likelihood that the victim goes directly to heaven. So that's the clearest evidence. There's a lot of statements in the Quran that lead to this kind of conclusion, but that is the clearest statement that basically said exactly what I just said. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for your question.